Now I'm going to show you how to do the stair section view for the Fredericksburg cabin. I have it drawn for you already here. I've just made a copy of this to the side, but basically what I'm going to do is show you how to make these stairs. I'm going to simplify my steps and not put a thickness here. I'm just going to have a straight line when I'm doing it. You guys can put a thickness if you want, but this is what we're ultimately going to have. So I'm going to just pan over. I've made a copy of it. So I've already done my wall stud. I've already done my floor joist. I figured out the loft floor level. All of these dimensions have come out correctly. Now what I'm going to do is just insert the actual step. So I'm going to kind of go by what the book says, but I'm going to show you exactly the dimensions that I use. So the first thing I'll do is draw the actual step, and I'm going to do that just over here. I'm going to make a rectangle that's 11 1/4 by 3/4. And I'm doing it with just decimals. You could type it in, but you'll see that rectangle, 11 1/4 by 3/4. Now I'm going to draw the line that comes straight down. Right now I'm just going to approximate it. It's about 7 1/2. You'll see where I get the actual dimension for that later. But I'm going to do my move command, and I'm going to actually move that in 1 1/4. So if you look at the little sketch that you have giving the stair construction diagram, I'm using the maximum nosing 1 1/4. I'm using the tread at the 10-inch minimum plus the nosing of 3/4 inch. Gives me a total of 11 1/4. So now that I have this thing drawn, I'm going to come over here. The book asked me to take this line right here from the very top all the way down to floor level and use the divide command. I'm going to show you how to do that. If you go to the draw panel, it is on the node, or I think it's called a point. If you pull that down, you get the option for divide. This is a really cool command because it doesn't actually divide the line into separate parts, but it puts a little node into the separate segments. So it wants me to select the object to divide, then tell it how many segments. The book tells me to do 13 segments, so we're going to have 13 stairs. It doesn't really look like anything happened here, but if I pull this down up here and show my menu bar, you might already have that showing, but that's where I can get my pull down menus. If you pull this down and go to your point style, right now it's a tiny little dot and I can't see that behind my line, but you can choose any one of these point styles and it'll just make all of those bigger. We're going to actually try to snap to one of these guys, so one thing I need to make sure that I have, right click over here and turn on your node snap. Alright, so now I'm going to do the move command, and I'm going to move this stair into place. I'll just pick it up from here and place it right there. Now I'm going to just draw from the node a line going straight out. Notice I was close at 7 1/2, but just a little bit off, just a tiny little bit off, but that will definitely make a difference if you start copying these things. You'll be off by a lot if you don't correct that now. So I'll just do the fillet. You guys know fillet with a radius of 0 is my favorite command. So that just squared it off. I don't even need this line anymore. Now what I'm going to do is just the copy command. I'm going to copy this and I'm going to pick it up at this corner, snap it here, snap it here, snap it here, snap it here. I know you might be thinking, wouldn't it be great if I could use the array command? And you can array at an angle. What I have found though at these stairs is you can't really tolerance that angle, and by the time it gets down to the bottom, it's off just enough to make a difference. You're welcome to try it though if you can make it work. Anyway, so there it is. I've got those steps drawn right here. It overhangs that door a little bit. I'll just have to trim out that little piece. And I've got it already drawn. Another thing that I need to do is draw that stringer. One of the pictures in the books that I'm looking at has the stringer missing, but I'll just go ahead and draw it. Let's just take it from here. The book says it has to be at least 3 1/2 inches. I'll go 135. Yikes, wrong way. So what would that be? And then I'll just trim it back to that line. That way I've got a perfect little line here. It does have to be 3.5 inches from here to here, so you could just even draw a line from this point to that point, offset it out 3.5, and you're covered. So that's how you do this step. Let's go double check my dimensions here. I hope this works out. Oh, wait, sections, dimensions, there we go. And let's do a linear dimension, and I'm going to take it from here to the edge of that step. Annotative scale is not set, so let's put it to 1/4 inch. Go back here, from here to here. Is that right? 3'5", looks good, and let's do a continue. From here to here, 10'10", and that works for me. So that's how you do your side stairs.